The Earth and Spirit Center is a JPIC organization sponsored by the Passionist Community of North America. JPIC stands for Justice, Peace, and the Integrity of Creation. At the Earth and Spirit Center, we work in these three areas.
I came to the Earth and Spirit Center because after 15 years as an organic farmer and working in graduate level spirituality and ministry formation, I was so excited to find a place that ties together three of the most important things our world needs today. The exploration of one's inner landscape through meditation and spirituality, the outreach to others through social compassion and justice programs, and the outreach to the earth itself, which sustains all of us through a number of different programs geared at awareness and truly engaging the earth that we walk on. I've been here a year, and I've been so excited to see how this center lives out its mission in those three areas. We have hundreds of students come through our doors every term, learning about themselves, taking meditation classes, working in our gardens on our 21 acres here in Louisville, and reaching out to others in various projects related to justice and compassion. We've been doing this work now for 10 years, and we have a profile in the community that draws folks into this mission. And I'm very excited about the next 10 years and the 10 years after that. We are thinking about adding on to our space. We have the happy problem of running out of room for participants in our programs. We're thinking about new projects for our 21 acres here, new partnerships with other area organizations that would bring at-risk groups to work with us on our land, and learning about themselves, taking meditation classes, working in our gardens on our 21 acres here in Louisville, and reaching out to others in various projects related to justice and compassion. We've been doing this work now for 10 years, and we have a profile in the community that draws folks into this mission. And I'm very excited about the next 10 years and the 10 years after that. We are thinking about adding on to our space. We have the happy problem of running out of room for participants in our programs. We're thinking about new projects for our 21 acres here, new partnerships with other area organizations that would bring at-risk groups to work with us on our land. And we're especially excited about our new Academy for Living in Harmony, which is a leadership training program that forms cohorts of students to explore their spirituality, to learn about earth care and environmental issues, and to reach out into the community through acts of justice, compassion, and service. And projects like those, partnerships like those, will move us into the next 10 years and beyond.
the Earth and Spirit Center, I have been involved, I guess, since its inception with Joe, and I served on the board, interestingly, before I took any of Joe's classes. And I was inspired by the mission and the uniqueness of the blend of Earth and Earth and Spirit, rather. And I had never encountered an organization that had woven those two into the same mission. And so then I took Joe's first meditation course, and I saw tremendous benefits in my own life and in the lives of the other students that were in the class. I saw a group of people who were very inspired by what they were learning, who were learning things that they had never been introduced to before, people who have been churchgoers all their lives, and yet were learning things about their own spirituality, their own connection to God and Spirit that they had never really tapped into before. My parents are prime examples of that. Had attended Catholic Mass their entire lives, and then when they saw the benefits of meditation, especially in the hands of Joe Mitchell, their spirituality just blossomed, and it was a beautiful thing to see. For about 3 years, that's the only conversation my dad and I had was that of spirituality, because his spirituality was on fire as a result of what he was learning from Joe and the benefits that he was seeing from his own meditation practice. So that's, it took seeing it firsthand, experiencing firsthand the benefits of the courses for me to be able to really understand the opportunity that the Earth and Spirit Center presented to so many people from so many different backgrounds. And I think that our programs are extremely unique. I don't think there's any organization that does a better job of blending Earth and Spirit into a beautiful mission. So in my experience, oftentimes people who are interested in ecology or are interested in spirituality don't ever really see the benefits of blending the two topics into one. And they are so naturally, they fit so naturally well together that when you learn more about your spirituality, you have a deeper connection to the earth, you have more of a desire to do something to protect the planet. And I think that people who are interested in ecology and spend a lot of time in nature feel a connection to spirit, but until they have the language that they learn through a course in meditation or a course in spirituality, oftentimes they struggle with understanding their spirituality because it seems very nebulous, but Joe has an uncanny ability to blend the traditions from all of the major religions into something that makes sense to anybody regardless of what their background is. And so I think the people who are interested in ecology see the connection with spirituality once it's introduced to them, and the folks who are interested in spirituality see the benefits of the ecological component as well once they're introduced to it. But only at the Earth and Spirit Center is anybody really bringing those two issues together. I hope that we're able to inspire people to do what they can to help our ailing planet. I think that it's pretty clear that we're the first generation of people who have both the opportunity to destroy the planet and the knowledge that we have that opportunity. There have been plenty of generations where people haven't understood what the impact of their lives have on the planet. We understand it today. And so if we care enough about it, if we make enough of a connection between ourselves, our spirituality, and the planet that we're living on, we're going to be inspired to do something to protect the planet and also to benefit ourselves spiritually. And of course the ripple effects of that go to our friends, to our family, to our community, to our city, and then hopefully out beyond our city limits as well.
I heard about Father Joe through some friends, Jackie Thomas, and when I decided to quit working, not work anymore, she recommended that I take the meditation class over here, and another friend also. So a couple of people I knew had taken from him, and I had actually talked to Father Joe briefly at an event, so that's how I heard about it. Because I've gained a lot from the meditation classes, and it's kind of made me want to reach out and share it with others, I've become involved with the Compassion in Action program, which is a group that gets people that have done meditation and become compassionate and connects them with some programs in the community that are helping others and trying to find opportunities to volunteer and help them out so that we can spread the compassion that we've gotten ourselves from the meditation classes. Also, along with this, there's a mindfulness outreach program that we're going to try and bring mindfulness to inner city youth and teenagers particularly, because we know what, I don't know, I know how much it's meant to me, and there's a lot of literature and research out there that shows that mindfulness helps teens, especially those with a lot of difficulties in their lives coping with the stresses. And so our goal is to try and bring this to some of these young people so that they can hopefully have a better life. Meditation is important because it helps you connect with your true self. So many times we're either thinking about what we did or what we're going to have to do or what this person thinks, and it's a lot about ego. Will I fit in, or I'm angry about this. But meditation kind of gets you to that quiet place inside of you. It's this metaphor is used a lot. It's kind of like you're in the ocean and the water's turbulent and the sand, it's all cloudy, but as the water gets calm, the sand settles down, and that's what meditation does for you. It helps you to have clarity and connect with that inner part of you that we sometimes don't see too well. What I find exciting about the Earth and Spirit Center is that there's a big connection on so many levels. There's a connection, obviously, with the meditation classes, which is, to me, it helps people become better so that they can be better stewards for the community. Also, there is a part that is about sustainability and respecting the environment and looking for ways to improve the environment. And that's important because we only have one planet, and if we don't take care of it, we're not going to have it. There's also reaching out with kids. There's the summer camp program, and they educate the kids about the earth and about their how they can be taking care of the earth, and then about themselves and how they can be better people. So to me, there's a big mission here to reach out into the community and share whatever knowledge that can help the community work together. And also, it's part of Compassionate Louisville, which the mayor is real big into. So there's that same compassion component with both the Earth and Spirit Center and also the city, the community. I guess, yes, I would like to add that I had the opportunity to go to India with Father Joe and to experience a different culture and the ashrams and how meditation is done in different cultures. And it was just a wonderful opportunity. I know he has gotten a lot of his meditation experience from being in that country. And I just, it was just a blessing. That's the best way I can put it. Just kind of strengthened that it's bigger. It's much bigger than just what we do here.
We live at a time of a great disconnect. In our modern world, people feel alienated. There's a tremendous loneliness of spirit. So the Earth and Spirit Center tries to respond to that. Two of the major disconnects that many people suffer from is a feeling like God, the divine, the holy is elsewhere in some other heavenly realm beyond, and a feeling like we're down here and God is up there. So there's a disconnect between ourself and the divine presence, the Spirit. Another disconnect we have is that many people feel like the earth is something simply outside the window, something outside their homes. And so we've lost a sense that we're deeply interconnected to the natural world, that everything about our body, 100% of our human body, comes from the earth. And so the Earth and Spirit Center tries to respond to these two disconnects in our modern society, where we feel like God is up there, and the earth is all that stuff out there, and meanwhile, here I am. All the programs of the Earth and Spirit Center try to respond to those two big disconnects. Through our School of Meditation, we try to help people find God, the Spirit within, and then also through our programs with Earth Literacy, we want to try to help people connect with the natural world and realize their interconnectedness, because what we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. The Passionist Earth and Spirit Center was founded and inspired by the vision of Thomas Berry. So Thomas Berry's vision for the future is that we should bring forth a mutually enhancing human-earth relationship. And what that means is that we should try to make decisions that are not only good for us, but also good for the earth and all of Earth's creatures. And that is because if the earth becomes toxic, then we as humans become toxic as well. And so we want to try to have a healthy planet so we can be healthy humans. Pope Francis recently issued an encyclical called Laudato Si, Caring for Our Common Home. And what's remarkable about the encyclical is not only that it's the first papal document on caring for the earth, caring for creation, but it's a huge shift in our self-understanding. Because the very title of the work, Caring for Our Common Home, claims that the earth is our home. And for many generations, Christians thought of the earth as simply a testing ground, or a place where you proved yourself, or a classroom where you had to learn certain things, certain dogmas or doctrines, in order to pass off into heaven. And what Pope Francis is really suggesting is that the earth is not simply a way station, but it is our home while we're alive, and we should take care of it as a home.